the Tennessee Titans, one of the only teams in the NFL that can run down 21 points and come back and win by just running the ball with their running back and Derrick Henry. You know, there's no other team out there that can be down 21 points and effectively pound the ball and come back 21 points down just running the ball with their guy and Derrick Henry. I don't think there's many other running backs out there. I don't think there's many other teams that can do that. But all said and done, Titans are a contender heading into next year. And before I continue talking about it, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. So let's get right into this video. So, yeah, I think Titans are going to be a really good team next year. You know, I think it's between them and the Indianapolis Colts for the AFC South crown. Now, obviously, last year the Titans won that. The Titans got the best of the Colts and won the crown. Will they do it again? Only time will tell. But this Titans team is very good. Their biggest problem is some depth. You know, they don't have much depth. And, you know, they are a team that their Super Bowl window is closing. And if you look at the team, they have some really good playmakers on offense and defense. But they do have some work to do, as every team does, before they really have to come out and prove that they're still contenders. You know, of course, Derrick Henry, he's gonna do Derrick Henry thing. He's running people over, stiff-arming people, and putting people into the dirt. That's Derrick Henry. And then Ryan Tannahill is gonna feed off Derrick Henry and be a really good quarterback, coming off the play action, coming off those bootlegs, throwing to one of the best young receivers in the league, and A.J. Brown. Now, and then you go to their number 2 receiver, and Josh Reynolds from the Los Angeles Rams. Don't know how I feel about him. He was a decent 3 for the Rams. But how is he going to be as number 2? You know, we haven't seen him as a number 2. Will he be able to perform as a number 2? Only time will tell. And then you know you go to the Titan, and then you go to the tight end position. Titans don't have much of tight end since Jonnu Smith left. They have some work to do with tight end. They have to figure out who their tight end's going to be week 1. Then their offensive line. Solid offensive line. You know, Taylor Lewan is really the only guy I can name from that offensive line. Otherwise, that offensive line, you know, I'm not too crazy about that offensive line. Yeah, so some of the best run blockers in the league as well. And Derrick Henry definitely helps with them. And Derrick Henry definitely improves the rest of this offense, and all the players in this offense benefit from him. Now, I'm not saying players like Ryan Tannahill and A.J. Brown are bad players. They're most certainly not. They're very talented players, but Derrick Henry does make them better than they are. So we will see what goes down, and I think Ryan Tannahill will have his normal season. I think Derrick Henry is going to be Derrick Henry. I think A.J. Brown's going to have a really good season. 1,000 receiving season. And now to the defense. You know, the defense, you know, was really bad last year. One of the worst in the league. And they've made quite a few additions to improve this defense. They do have their guy in Kevin Byard. He's been there for life. He's been a Titan for life. And then you go, you know, to their cornerbacks. You know, you have Caleb Farley, the new guy that was drafted in the draft. Kind of a steal if he could stay healthy. And if he does stay healthy, he will be a really good corner. Probably the best corner in that draft if he stays healthy. And then you have your guy in Jack Rabbit and Janoris Jenkins, who could also be a really good cornerback for the Tennessee Titans, a really good number 2 or 1. You know, I think he's a low end 1 at this point in his career, but I think he's a very high end 2. I think he's capable of locking down a number 2 receiver pretty easily, and he could probably cover most number 1s. So, you know, this Titans defense is, you know, improved. And then you have Jayon Brown, Harold Landry, or some guys who are really good, a linebacker. And the defensive line is a bit underrated in my opinion. You have Bud Dupree, the newly acquired former Steeler. And then you have Denny Gautry, who was a former Colt. And then you have the young stud in the middle there, and Jeffrey Simmons Jr. one of the most underrated players in the National Football League is Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League. And I think this Tennessee Titans defense is going to be better than last year. Will it be amazing? Will it be top 10? Probably not. It'll probably be enough to get by. And I think this Titans team will be a decent team heading into next year. They have some really good pieces put into place, but they also have some holes. But they are a good team that's going to give any team problem, every team problems with Derrick Henry, with that bootleg, with that play action, and that pass rush is going to be a little better. So you got to watch out for that pass rush a bit. So, yeah, that's my review for the Tennessee Titans, the AFC South opponent review. So, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that the Tennessee Titans will win the AFC South in 2021? I think they have a good chance. I think the Colts also have a really good chance. So it's basically between Titans and the Colts. Maybe the Jaguars do sneak in there and surprise and actually win it. I doubt it, but they're youngest on the team, and the Texans, they're just a dumpster fire over there in Houston. So not really worried about them. But with all that said and done, I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you for tuning in. And as always, I'll catch you later.